the language we use can often give us some very profound insights into our subconscious view of reality, how we understand life, how we understand our relationship to different things. And today I would like us to focus on two words in particular: loss and defeat. We very often use these words interchangeably, but they don't mean exactly the same thing. So, for example, if you were rooting for the Yankees, you might say, "Oh, they lost the game," or "they were defeated." It means the same thing. But you wouldn't ever say, as a widow or a widower, "Yes, my spouse was defeated by cancer 3 or 4 years ago." No, you would say, "I lost my spouse." And today, as we commemorate all of those who have gone before us, all of the dead in Christ, it's a time for us to pay attention to what we actually believe. Even though these two words, loss and defeat, have similar meanings, but different meanings, I think one of the reasons why we use them interchangeably in our culture is because the feeling inside when we experience them is very much the same. We very often experience the loss of someone we love as a defeat. Maybe we've spent months praying for someone as they battled cancer. And when they're not cured, that can certainly feel like a defeat. Maybe there's someone we love and we are trying to support them through years of an addiction. And when they finally succumb to the related diseases, that can sure feel like a defeat. And I have watched, in the example of my own mother entering widowhood, how much the loss of someone that you have waken up to for decades of your life, all of a sudden being gone, can certainly feel like now you are going through life like a retreat. In many ways, going backwards, not forwards. But death is not defeat. And what we commemorate today is that we are still very much connected to those we have lost from this life. Yes, we have lost the ability to share a meal with them. Yes, we have lost the ability to take a walk together or go to a game or watch a movie or things like that. But they are not lost to us entirely, because we and they are still very much in the hands of God. And we believe that we are still very deeply connected. The church here on this earth and the church that is already entering the world to come. We know that in this life, the kindness, the love, the encouragement that we receive from those we love makes a profound difference in how our journey here unfolds. It makes it easier. It makes it lighter. And we have absolutely no reason at all whatsoever to think that that changes when our journey continues from this life into the next. And indeed, we believe especially that in the Mass, when we are here gathered at this altar, we are on one side of the veil, celebrating something in imagery and in symbol that those on the other side of the veil are enjoying in its full reality. We are closest to those who have gone before us, especially in the Mass. And our prayers for them, if they are still on a journey of some kind, again, no one has really been able to tell us definitively how it all works when we go from this world to the next. But we understand that there must be some kind of a journey, some kind of a process. And in God's mercy, we do believe that if someone dies and they're not entirely ready to enter into the fullness of heaven, God has a means for working that out. A means of continuing to purify us and form us for that joy of heaven. And our prayers can certainly accompany those who have gone before us in that reality. Likewise, for ourselves, we spend so very much time and energy avoiding death, avoiding loss. And the truth of its inevitability can seem to us very much like, well, we're in the battle, but it's a battle that will never be won. All we can do, all within our power, is put it off. But today is also an important day for us to remember that the fullness of resurrection, the fullness of all that God has to offer us, comes on the other side of death. We must pass through death in order to get to life. Death does not stand before us as some sort of great wall or a huge cliff or a giant chasm. It stands before us as a doorway, a gate from one reality to another. And if we have walked with the Lord in this life, if we have allowed him to take us by the hand, to lead us, to hold us, to reassure us, to raise us up, then that is how we will continue the journey. And we can trust that. That when that time comes for us to pass through that gate, we will do so with the Lord and to the Lord. Peace be with all of you this day, and with all who love the Lord in simplicity of heart.